Alright guys, in this lesson we're going to talk about multiplying large numbers. So our learning target is I can multiply numbers as large as 4 digits by 1 digit. So we're actually going to do 2 digit times 1 digit, also 3 digit times 1 digit, and then 4 digit by 1 digit. So we're going to do all three. So again, starting with that vocabulary, the numbers that we multiply together that equals in multiplication is called factors. And the answer to a multiplication problem is called a product. Alright, so we're going to talk about two different ways that you can multiply. One is called partial products, and the second way is just the traditional algorithm. So in partial products, we're going to start by drawing like a half of a box. And we're going to take 23 times 5, and we're going to break down that 23 to be 20 plus 3. So 20 and 3, and then just 5 on the side. Then we're going to multiply each one together. So 20 times 5, remembering that zeros trick, cancel out that 0. 2 times 5 is 10. Add that 0 back on, that would equal 100. Then multiplying 5 times 3, which equals 15. And then lastly, adding those partial products together. So adding that 100 plus 15 to get 115. Now if we do it in the traditional algorithm, we should still get that same answer. So in the traditional algorithm, we're going to stack the numbers. We're first going to multiply 5 times 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. We put the 5 down and we carry the 1 just like we do in addition. Then we're going to take 5 times 2. So 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So remember, we're adding that 1 on at the top. That's a plus 1 there. So same answer, but two different ways. So then let's look at the next one. Let's start with our partial products. So we've got 256. I'm going to break that up by place value. So there's actually going to be 3 numbers here. So first the 2's in the 100 spot, so that would be 200. The 5's in the 10 spot, so that would be 50. And the 6 is in the 1 spot, so that would be 6. So 200 plus 50 plus 6 equals 256. And we're going to multiply that times 7. So in the first one here, we've got 200 times 7. Using that zeros trick, we're going to cancel out those zeros. 2 times 7 is 14. We had 1, 2 zeros, so we're going to add those back on. Then we're going to do 7 times 50. So 50 times 7, cancel out that 0. 5 times 7 is 35. Add that 0 back on. And lastly, we've got 7 times 6, which is 42. So we need to add all of these three together. Not probably the best idea to try and add them horizontally. We want to go ahead and stack them, lining up those place values. 0 plus 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 5 plus 4 is 9. 4 plus 3 is 7. And 1 plus nothing is 1. So 1,792. If we do it using that traditional algorithm, we should still get the same answer. So 256 times 7, we're going to stack them. 6 times 7 is 42. So we put the 2 down and we carry the 4. Remember, we're adding that 4 back on. So we did 6 times 7 first. Now we're going to do 7 times 5. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 4 would be 39. So we put our 9 down, carry our 3 to the next column. Then we're going to multiply 7 times 2. Don't forget to add on that 3 at the end. So 7 times 2 is 14, plus 3 is 17. So again, we got that same answer, 1,792. And lastly, this is going to be our 4 digit times our 1 digit. We're going to start with that partial product. So we've got the 1 in the 1,000 spot, so that would be 1,000. We've got the 3 in the 100 spot, so that would be 300. The 9 is in the 10 spot, so that would be 90. And then the 4 is in the 1 spot, so that would be 4. And we're going to multiply each of those numbers by 4. So starting here, we're going to do 1,000 times 4. Forget those zeros. 1 times 4 is 4. Add those zeros back on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next one, we're going to do 4 times 300. So 300 times 4. Cancel out those zeros. 3 times 4 is 12. We had 2 zeros, so we're going to add those back on. Then we're going to do 90 times 4. Cancel out that 0. 9 times 4 is 36. Add that 0 back on. And lastly, 4 times 4 is 16. So I'm going to go ahead and stack those to add them correctly. I want to make sure the place values are lined up so that all the 1's places are on top of each other. The 10's places. There we go. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 6 is 6. 0 plus 0 plus 6 plus 1 is 7. 0 plus 2 plus 3 is 5. And 4 plus 1 is 5. So we got 5,576. And lastly, we're going to do the same problem using the traditional algorithm, so stacking those numbers. 4 times 4 is 16. Put your 6 down. We're going to carry our 1 to the next column. So we just did 4 times 4. We're going to add that 1 on at the end. Now let's do 4 times 9. 4 times 9 is 36. Plus 1 is 37. So we put our 7 down, carry our 3. Now we're going to do 4 times 3, which is 12, plus 3. So 12 plus 3 is 15. So we put our 5 down, carry our 1. Remember, we add on that 1 at the end. So let's multiply 4 times 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So the answer will be 5,576. You can use either method, the partial products or the traditional algorithm. It doesn't matter which one you choose.